thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we're going to give you a tea leaf reading. I have drank your tea on your behalf, and I did focus in on your name and tune into your energy. So I did use an matcha tea, and matcha tea is a Japanese tea, very famous. In Japan, used for blessings. The tea itself is just very powerful. They use it for um, medicine as a way of, helping the body naturally, and it's a very spiritual tea called a matcha tea. So these are the tea leaves I used. So I'm going to do the quick little ritual that is part of the whole tea leaf reading that is fun when it's done in person. So I'm going to do it on your behalf. Alright, so I'm going to swish it 3 times on my non-dominant hand, which is my left. Alright, and then from there I'm going to dump it onto the saucer. And then last but not least, I am going to turn it 3 times, pointing the teacup handle towards me. 3 full turns. Alright, now last but not least, again, we'll do 3 taps. This is known as the little touch saying, welcome in spirit. And 3 taps the gypsies would do. Now we will read your tea leaves and I will turn your cup over. Alright, so we tapped on it 3 times and now we're going to read your tea leaves. Alright, so I'm just going to show it to you here. And I'm going to look at it a little bit and just close my eyes and tune into it a little bit. So whatever is pointing towards the handle, we would say in a tea leaf reading, it represents you, it represents your life. As I look here, I actually see a leaf. I don't know if you see it, but there's a leaf with the stem. And what's interesting is, for me, you are this leaf right now in your life. I feel like at the moment you are just going with wherever the wind takes you. I don't know if you're kind of in a place where you're either confused or you're not sure, or you're just not 100% like right on with what you want to do, or I don't know if it's a decision-making thing, or you're just not sure where you're gonna end up, kind of thing. And you are this leaf. So if it's not that, it can be also you're just a leaf and you go with the wind. You're blowing with the wind at the moment. I feel like as well in your past, you were always kind of just going with the wind. So I would say like free-spirited. You don't always have a concrete plan and path of what you're going to do, because there are people that always plan everything and you don't plan everything. It shows that you just go with the wind and you just go with whatever comes up at the moment and what you feel intuitively, or what you're drawn to, or what what you decide to do in that very moment. If you look right there, I see an arrow, and an arrow represents, if you're a kind of person too that if you do set your mind to something, you can achieve it. Nothing can stop you. Once you set your mind to something, you have a focus, you can achieve it. Nothing stops you. Now, whatever is on the outside of the teacup represents the future. I do see, let me move here, I do see within the next couple of months there's going to be a lot going on. So I would say within the next 4, maybe 3, but 4 months or after. Um, Maybe 3, but the next 4 months or after, it's going to be a lot going on. I don't know if there's a move. I don't know if you're doing something. I don't know if there's things going on with your children. I don't know if there's like arrangements. I don't know exactly what it is. If you're not aware of it, the tea leaves are letting you know that there's going to be something that is going to be, there's just going to have a lot going on in this moment. A lot's going to happen in this moment in your life with your children or with your family, or can be work or just, personal, but emotionally as well. I also feel like this area as well represents you have a big heart. You're very kind, you're very caring towards people. You give your all to people. You're that kind of person that you have that big heart that you'll give your soul, you'll give your all to that person or to anyone, even a friend or a family member. You're just kind like that. You have a very kind and you're good-hearted. Okay. I also see, I wanted to point out here, which is very interesting. We also read the saucer as a tea leaf reader. This is something I've learned more and more as I've done tea leaf reading. As you read the cup, you also read the napkin. So if you look here, I do see that there's a boat and there's a lot on the boat, and you're kind of like rowing the boat and moving forward with the boat. To me, that represents you have a big load, you have a lot on your plate, talking about the saucer plate, but you keep on going, even if you're confused, even if you have no idea where you're going. Like I said again, with the whole floating of the leaf, you keep on going, and that's what makes you a strong person. Now, what I do sense from this tea leaf reading itself, you are a very strong person, and you're stronger than you know it. I do have here citron, the crystal, and for me, it just represents you need to believe in your strength more. I feel, again, like I said, you're very strong, but you need to believe in your strength more. You used to be so sure of yourself, and I feel like you've lost yourself in some way. Not completely, but you've lost some parts of you due to being put down, due to just a lot of letdowns as well. It's just kind of allowed you to kind of, I wouldn't say wither away, but to get weak, because you used to be very strong, very, I don't know, you were just very courageous in that way. You're still courageous, but you've gotten weak to the point where, not that people take advantage of you, but people can easily, can sometimes easily take advantage of you because you'll be too kind, or you'll, I don't know if that's the word, given, or you've gotten weak because you've been hurt a lot. I don't know how to explain it properly, but that's what I'm feeling. You've just gotten weak, and you need to believe in that strength that you have, that you've always had since you were little. I do feel like sometimes you need to ground yourself. I pulled out the tiger's eye here. I also have a black obsidian for distractions, negative draining vampires that I do feel like that can be around you, and they drain you. If you've been lately drained, that is the reason why, or in general, it's because of these draining vampires, people that carry a lot of negative baggage, negative thoughts, negative emotions, to the point of me, always me, attention. You're giving them attention, and then you don't give yourself attention. So you really need to pay attention to that, hun, because I feel like you'll give all your energy to someone, a partner or a friend or someone. You give all your energy to them. It's like they take all your energy, and then you're completely drained in the end. And you have to leave some energy for yourself, hun. That is very, very important, as I feel that very strongly coming through for you. Okay. I'm going to keep on looking here. I also see, if you don't see, I see like a little bird standing and waiting. For me, that represents there is something in your life that either you've been waiting for, or there's a delay of some sort. It can be, waiting for an outcome, waiting for a decision to be made. There's something that you've been, like, you're just waiting or there's been like a delay and you're not sure of, or the situation is not sure of, or it's still on like a standby or a hold. As I see this bird waiting, it's like maybe there's that little bit of hope that you have, or that little bit of hope that there's a delay or a standby or a hold on something, or an unsure feeling. I get a lot of confusion, not confusion, but uncertainty in this teacup reading. So I don't know if there's a lot of things in your life going on right now where you're just uncertain of, you're not sure of, you're needing answers to, needing more guidance, needing more reassurance. Okay? I really do feel like Spirit saying all that reassurance is within yourself. It's not an outer source. It's not something you need to look for on the outside. Yes, spirit angels can bring you signs to confirm, but all of it is within your intuition, and I feel like you know the truth within. It's just hard to confront it and to really accept it, if that makes any sense, hon. Okay, I'm gonna see here. I also see, to me, it looks like an apple. I don't know if you could see this part here. It looks like an apple or like a pumpkin, a fruit of some sort. And for me, that represents a fruitful life, a lot of blessings. No matter what you've gone through, the challenges, the things you've gone through, Spirit wants you to be grateful and know that a lot of these things have happened. I feel like you've been in really bad situations, but then something good happens, or like there's always a blessing that comes. And Spirit wants you to know that no matter what, through all these challenges or through all these ups and downs, Spirit always tries to send you blessings, and there's always gonna be blessings coming your way. I feel a lot of blessings and goodness coming your way, like you have a very powerful, strong, special guardian angel around you and your children, and in your life path, hon. What's interesting here is, I'm just going to make sure really quickly. I do see a crab, which is funny. I don't know if you see a crab there. A crab. For me, a crab represents, if anything, lately, or you can be, if somebody gets on your bad side, you can be crabby. So you'll just snap, like be moody, if anything, or there's somebody close to you that's like this. But I feel like sometimes you can get like that, snappy or moody or crabby. But that's due to, I really do feel like that's due to just all these things that's going around in your life, all these things you have to deal with. But deep down, I do feel like you are a good-hearted person. But that is coming up in the tea leaves, so it's very interesting. If it's not you, it is someone close to you. Okay. What's really strange is, I don't know if it's you, but someone in the family, if not you, someone in the family has had a miscarriage, an abortion, or a loss of a child. It's coming through the tea leaves, or I'm just picking it up intuitively, like I picked it up earlier again, it's coming up again. That there's a child that needs to be acknowledged, either in spirit, as it was an abortion, a miscarriage, or a loss of a baby. If it's not you, it could be somebody in the family that went through this, and it's coming through, just to be acknowledged that it's in spirit, and there's no worries about it, and that it's being taken care of in spirit, and they're around in spirit. Okay, hon? So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to see what else is coming through, as I think this is a beautiful tea leaf reading. I think it's so beautiful, that leaf. It's just so powerful, I feel. Oh, and one last thing I did see. I do see that there is a J. Do you see it? A letter J. So if there's somebody in your family, deceased or living, that has a J initial, please know that they are coming through the tea leaves, or they're acknowledging someone living with a J. Anyone with a J could be living or deceased. It can be middle as well. And if this is not significant to you, a J right now for anyone living or deceased, it can mean someone in the future. But I do feel like it can be somebody living or deceased, because usually whatever's in the middle is the present and the past. If anything, like I said, it can be the future, but something significant with a J. All right. Anyone living or deceased can be middle as well, and it's coming through the tea leaves. And I'm gonna try to see if there's anything else before I end your reading here, hun. Last thing, which is really cool, I see a key here, like a key. And for me, that represents you have the key to success. You have the power. I don't know, at some point if you felt like, again, like I said, you lost yourself a little bit, or you feel like you lost your own power. I feel like spirit and tea leaves that are coming through, as I'm noticing the divination of it, it's just more of your own power. You haven't lost your power is still there. Your power's within. Whatever way you want to interpret that power for yourself, you have not lost that power, and the power is still within you. You just have to believe in it again and trust it again. This is very strongly coming through, and you have the key to success, the key to following your desires, finding out the answers, and knowing what are the right and wrong decisions in your life. You have the power for all that. There's no need to feel trapped, because you're not trapped. You have options in life, and you have power over it. No one has power over you, hun, except obviously you can say God or whatever you'd like to say, but anyone else that you think, any other living creature, being, no one has power over you except your own self. Alright, so know that you have the power and you have not lost that power. So I'm going to leave you with that. I very much hope you enjoyed this tea leaf reading. It was really beautiful and very, I don't know, it was just really nice. And I very much enjoyed reading your tea leaves. And I hope you have a lovely night, a lovely day. Many blessings to you and your family. God bless. Bye.